Hearing aids are being disguised as earbuds. What do you think about that? Well, stick around for this video and we'll talk about hearing aids being disguised as earbuds. And if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you my thoughts on that. Welcome, my name is Emily. I created Definite Hearing as a way to increase awareness for the deaf and hard of hearing. I am hard of hearing myself. I wear 2 hearing aids and I love them so much. So a friend recently forwarded me an article on the new Signia disguised as earbuds hearing aids. And I thought this was so interesting and I wanted to share the facts and then at the end, my thoughts about this. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to making more fun, excellent hearing related content for you. All right, so here are the facts. Signia, a very notable hearing aid brand, has come out with the Signia Active. This hearing aid is disguised as an earbud, but has the capabilities of a hearing aid. Well, what exactly does this mean? First, let's talk about the design. Signia just said that, hey, hearing aids are outdated. We need to improve them. So what if we make them look more up-to-date and modern and disguise them as earbuds? Here's a quote from Dr. Trish Ramirez, the Vice President of Professional Relations at Signia. She said, "Consumer trends in product design and functionality are increasingly impacting the hearing industry. No longer is it sufficient to provide consumers with high-performing hearing aids that fail to meet the modern design standards." So this was the thinking behind the hearing aids turned into earbuds, that people want to be and look modern. And so to accomplish this, Signia created 2 versions of this earbud looking hearing aid, the Signia Active and the Signia Active Pro. So first, let's take a step back. Let's talk about the differences in hearing devices. So number 1, earbuds just playback sound. Whether they are connected with a wire or wirelessly through Bluetooth, they just playback sound that is playing on a given device. Over-the-counter hearing aids, or at this point also the same as hearing aid amplifiers, they just amplify the sound in a given environment. And hearing aids include technology that can be mapped according to a person's hearing loss. Hearing aids essentially are smart sound amplifiers. They only amplify the sounds and the frequency that the given wearer needs. So my hearing aids would not sound the same for another hard of hearing person, because every hard of hearing person has a different loss, a severity and frequency and type of loss. And so hearing aids need to be mapped and programmed to a specific person. Essentially, they need to be programmed and personalized. And so with these earbud looking hearing aids, Signia created the Active, which is essentially an amplifier. You just put it in, it looks like an earbud, and it will amplify the sound around you. And then with the Signia Active Pro, they say that that is a hearing aid for people with mild to moderate losses. This little device can actually be programmed by a licensed provider or professional to fit that person's hearing needs. Now, I will say, I was very interested in this and trying to figure out, like, how would someone go about getting this? Well, to get a Signia Hearing Aid Pro specifically, you have to go to a licensed hearing aid distributor. So there are distributors and there are audiologists. I am an audiologist fan. You will find that time and time again in my videos. Hearing aids need to be fit by an audiologist because they do the real ear measurement. They understand the science behind your ear and what you're actually hearing. A hearing aid distributor just essentially has a license to be able to sell hearing aid devices. So essentially, this is like the equivalent of a pharmacist and a doctor. Would you rather go to a pharmacist or a doctor to get the medicine that you need? I would rather go to a doctor because the doctor is specialized in that, whatever that health concern may be, and the pharmacist just gives you the dose of whatever medicine the doctor prescribed. So that is kind of the same thing. The pharmacist in this situation is the equivalent of the hearing aid distributor. They have knowledge, but they do not have the knowledge that I want to entrust my hearing with. But in order to get a Signia Active Pro, you have to go visit someone who can program the hearing aid accordingly. And if a hearing aid distributor is not doing those real ear measurements and those scientific mappings of your ear and your hearing, how are they going to know what to map your hearing aids to? Anyway, I went off on a tangent. The great news about the Signia Active and the Signia Active Pro is they come in multiple colors. White, black, all black, silver, rose gold, fun options, but also still boring, just like hearing aids. I wish that we had color options like pink, orange, purple, all of those things. But hey, I will say rose gold is a step in the right direction. I personally love that color. Okay, so now we've talked about the devices, what they are, and let's talk about price. So I was super curious about price, and the best I could find was on eBay for the Signia Active. So I don't know how much the Active Pro would be, but the Signia Active was about $1,100 for one and then like $3,000 for two. If you've seen my hearing aid pricing video, you would know that a good pair of hearing aids is about $1,500 for one, $3,000 to $6,000 for two, but it should not be over that. If you have more questions, watch that video. But pricing, I just wanted to say the Signia pricing for these really expensive earbuds are so close to hearing aids. Like, my thought was, why wouldn't you just get the hearing aid that's meant to be a hearing aid? Especially if you have a loss that's mild to severe, profound, you would not use this for that loss. Because as Signia has stated with their Signia Active Pro, it's only for mild to moderate losses. Okay, so having said all of this, I have a moderate to severe loss, so I technically probably could wear a Signia Active Pro in my left ear. So I can't say for sure. I definitely would be interested to try this and compare it. But let's talk about why I initially created this video. Creating hearing aids disguised as earbuds. Is this a good idea? What do you think? I would love to know in the comments below. Please let me know. And don't let my opinion keep you from sharing. Okay, so my thoughts on this are that, like, why would I want my hearing aids to be disguised as earbuds? I get that they want it to look modern, okay? I get that. But when I'm listening to someone, like, no one likes to be talking to someone when they have earphones in their ears. Like, when you see someone with Apple Pods in, you get their attention, you wait for them to take them out, and then you talk to them. Like, I just think that Signia, this is a major disconnect on, like, brand use. At least for me, as a hard of hearing person that wears hearing aids, there's a huge disconnect here. I don't want people to think that I'm wearing an earbud. I would never go to work and have that in all day and try to pass it as a hearing aid. Like, I just don't think that people would take my hearing loss seriously because I'm not even taking my hearing devices seriously. So I would not wear this. I would not recommend it. I'm certainly curious to try it. Like, I would love to compare it to my resounds and see if these work as well. Granted, my loss is moderate to severe, so it would probably only work in my left ear. That's kind of my thinking. Like, I'm curious, but would you wear a hearing aid that's disguised as an earbud? Why or why not? I will also say, I think that Signia could be catering to people who feel insecure about hearing aids. And I will just be really blunt and just say that the hearing aid industry needs to get over that. They think that we think that we're insecure about our hearing loss, and many of us are. I'm not gonna lie, many of us are. But we need to learn how to overcome that. If we keep being victim to our self-conscious feelings about hearing devices that help us and help us function better, like, that's a problem. It's only gonna be self-destructive. It makes no sense. And so, I don't know, it's just ironic to me that hearing aid companies keep trying to sell a device without advertising its true, unique selling point. Like, here, be included. That's why I really like Phonac's new campaign about Life is On. They're finally getting it. They're getting it that, like, people who wear hearing devices love them. We love them. Like, we have the best of both worlds. I can take my hearing aids off at night and not hear what in the world's going on and sleep well, and then I can put them in the daytime and have a great conversation with my friends. Anyway, so I hope that helps. I would love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Let me know what you think about hearing aids disguised as earbuds. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video. Stay strong, stay amazing, and have a great day. Bye!